Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Live and Clicking on this wonderful Wednesday morning. Hope everyone's doing well and enjoying their week so far. It's been a funny old one here in England, here in London with the weather and all sorts. But yet, you know what? England are in the semi-finals, so I'm happy about that. And it's going to be a good one this evening. But anyway, look, today we're not talking about football. We're going to talk about video marketing. And last week, if you joined us, you would have learned a little bit about what other mistakes people are making in their video marketing and why it's important to recognize these and to ensure that we're not doing them. Because if you continue to do these things, then you're never going to get very far with your marketing. So what I'm going to do today is go through 4 more mistakes that people are making. And I'm also going to tell you a little bit about some methods that you can use that you can essentially get into your marketing right now to help you ensure that you're not doing them. So let's crack on, shall we? So one of the first mistakes I want to bring in today is not investing in somebody that knows what they're doing. So if I can just for a second take you back to kind of 2020, right? You know, it was a silly old year, but when I was in 2020, I didn't know what I was doing a lot of the time when it comes to business. And, you know, I looked at how did I want to move forward? Where did I want to be? Where did I want to get to? And I looked at the people that were kind of doing what I wanted to do and started to, you know, see if I could learn from them. And, you know, of course, I did the first thing everyone does is like, first of all, I Googled them and then I looked at what YouTube videos they have or what websites they have, what free resources they have. And yeah, I got loads of content. I've literally got like a file on my computer that has, you know, this person and all their resources, this person and all their resources. And what have I done with it? Nothing, absolutely nothing, right? Because there's no accountability there, right? There's nothing there that says like, okay, you've got the information and now you got to go and do it. Now, it took me a couple of months before I was like, you know what, if I actually want to achieve this stuff and I want to learn all this stuff about business and how to start an online business and create courses and stuff, then I need to learn from the best. So I ended up biting the bullet and putting some money where my mouth was and actually investing in some coaches to help me get to where I was. And one of the best things the things I learned about that was that actually, if you want to get something done that you're passionate about, just invest in the right places, right? You know, we all have time, right? We've all got time, but we never have enough of it. We can't buy any more of it. So if you're somebody in a position where you've got a little bit of time, but you've also got a bit of money, I would say invest that money wisely and let yourself get to the point where you need to get to move your business in the right direction. So, you know, investing in someone that knows what they're doing. And now when it comes to video marketing, right, it's so important to understand how to do this stuff yourself, right? Now, the reason for that is because if you hire an agency or even if you hire someone else to do it for you, right? And there's a difference between doing it with you and doing it for you. Doing it for you means that you're not in control, right? You're not in control of what's going on. Okay, you won't understand the process. You'll be at the mercy of them because if they decide to have a day off, then your content's not being made, or your videos aren't being produced. There's also going to cost you a shed load of money, and you're never going to actually learn the skills at the end of it anyway. So it's a bit of a pointless. It's like chucking money into the bin, right? So what I would recommend you do is learning from someone who does it with you, and that's when the accountability comes in, right? It's about understanding how you can actually get your results and move forward with them, but in a way that allows you to be able to actually have that accountability and say like, okay, by this week you'll get this done and then that done, and then you'll see progress so much quicker, but also you'll understand how the process works for yourself. So yeah, big part of what I see people trying to do is just learning learning too long, learning from, YouTube and stuff, which is great. But if you really want to make some progress, then, you've got to invest in the right areas. Okay. Mistake number 6, right? And this is a funny one. It's being an entertainer, not a money maker, right? Now, all of us must have seen or heard of at least TikTok and, Instagram and, all these other platforms where, you can basically do silly videos and get like hundreds of thousands of likes, right? Great. Good on those people, because I think that it keeps the internet sane. However, they're not making any money, right? And I'm telling you this from fact because they are entertaining people for a laugh. They're not delivering any value for money. Okay. Now, what I want to just make this clear is that when you deliver value to somebody, right, and they find it useful and they find it, they take action from it and they it's something that they can use in their day-to-day life, then they're more likely to pay you, right, money for more stuff like that. Whereas if you send them a video of you dancing to a chicken song, like, why would they pay you for that, right? You know, some big corporate might pay you because you've got hundreds of thousands of followers, but to get there is a lot of work, and it's going to take you ages to do that. And also you're competing with all the other millions of followers, millions of influencers out there as well. So what I like to say is, dancing and trends and music and stuff. Yeah, okay, put one in every now and again if you feel like it, but don't make it your main content strategy, because ultimately likes equal vanity, right? Likes equal vanity. Whereas what I like to look at is being unique, being original, and being authentic, and actually delivering the value that you can deliver to your content, to your audience, right? And ultimately that's what gets you sales, which is ultimately sanity, right? So likes is vanity, sales is sanity. Okay, so don't be an entertainer, be a money maker, right? And that comes with, it doesn't mean to say you have to be boring in your content, because it's, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you don't have to look at everyone on TikTok and Instagram and think to yourself, I need to dance around my living room like an idiot because that's what everyone else is doing to make money. You do not at all. You just have to talk to camera, deliver value. And I'm actually going to give you a method right now that's going to help you with basically forming content in a really simple way. Okay, so the method is the analogy, and it says C's. So SEAS. Okay, C's is basically where you have content that's short, right? It's evergreen, it's actionable, and it's simple. That's it. Short, anywhere up to and around 20 seconds, right? That sounds really short, but believe me, snackable content is the future. People don't watch long form content unless they're on YouTube. End of, right? Unless they're in a Facebook group, right? Because they've committed to the thing they're watching, right? If you're just scrolling through and you're looking for random people to kind of start following you, long form content is the worst type of content you can produce, right? Produce long form content for your current followers, great, but don't produce it for the people you want to attract in, right? Short form content, they call it snackable content, is the best way to do it. And that has to be 20 seconds max, okay? Evergreen, make sure that it's relevant now and in 2 years' time, because if somebody finds you today or in 2 years' time, you want the content to still be relevant, right? So there's no point putting out loads of stuff about a specific date or like Christmas or whatever. It's just not going to be relevant all the time. So you want to be able to make sure that people are enjoying your content now and also in the future. It also allows you to make less content, right? You can just make one video and it sits there and keeps gaining views and keeps getting people interested in what you do and converting them into customers. It's great. Actionable, has to have something they can take away, has to have something they can actually use, right? What's the point of them watching it if they're not going to use any of the information? So has to be an action point in there. And the last one is simple. Do not overcomplicate things by using jargon and funny words and whatever. Just keep it simple. It's so simple, but no one does it, right? People think they have to put in clever words and analogies and stuff. No. Keep it simple. If anything, short and sweet and simple is the best way to go forward. So that's what I would recommend with, that. Don't be an entertainer, just be a money maker. Okay. And the last thing I would say is one, well, actually not the last thing, two more things. One of the other ones is not creating your environment. Think about the expression, I'm sure everyone's heard it. It's like you are the sum of the 5 people you hang around with the most, right? And that includes your environment. It includes like where you hang out, what you do, and where you spend your time. So your environment in your studio, right? Home click studio is important. So you need to be able to have, right, good lighting. Okay, you need to be able to have good sound and all the rest of it. And I'm going to give you another analogy to go on, and it's called flabs, right? Frame, lights, angles, background, sound. Frame, lights, angles, background, sound. If all of those are looking good, so your frame is in center, your lights are good, they're coming onto you, not from behind you. The angles are good, it's not like coming from down or up, it's straight eye line at you. Your background is nice and clean, it's not messy and cluttered, and your sound is good, right? You've got a microphone like I've got here, or you've got a decent soundproofed room, then that's what you're going to create your ideal environment with, right? And if you don't have that, then you're going to start to find that it's more frustrating making your content because you're not going to feel comfortable in your environment. Okay, ultimately what I teach in live and clicking is this thing called a one-click studio. We've all heard of like one-click purchases from Amazon, right? What I help you do is create a one-click studio so that you don't have to think about it, you just sit down, click, and off you go. It's really, really good. One of the last ones, big mistakes that I'm gonna share with you is not getting involved in video content at all. I see so many people on the internet who are just not producing video, right? If you've been on the news in the last couple of days, you'll see that Instagram has just announced that they're not a photo sharing app anymore. They're becoming a more video based, creator based platform, right? And so video is something they're pushing. And what they're realizing is, look at the TikTok has just absolutely blown up in the last couple of months, and so they're like, well, we need to get on this bandwagon. So if you're not creating video content at all, right, you need to take a serious look at your marketing. Seriously, it's honestly, it's not going to go away. It's not like a fad. It's not something that's just going to, hang out. Video's been around for God knows how many years, right? But the fact that we can now video ourselves from our mobile phones super easily wherever we are means that people are making so much more inroads with this and getting more out there. You need to keep up with the crowds. Okay, so big part of this is actually getting on video in the first place. Another method that I want to teach you is about how to understand what type of content to put out there. Right now, there's this thing that I've coined. It's called the epic content planner, right? And it's essentially where you have all of your ideas, you put them out on paper, okay, and you get them into a section. And what you have to do is you have to follow this analogy. So epic stands for E, which is expectation. P stands for pain, I stands for idea, and C stands for call to action. So when you have all of those together, you get epic content, right? Amazing content. Because what you're doing is you're talking to the expectation of what your client wants. You're talking about their desires, their prize, the thing they really want, right? So let's take an example. Let's say, let's take a dentist, right? Dentist knows that the expectation of their clients to have good teeth. Okay, so they're gonna say, hey, wouldn't it be great if you had like really straight teeth and you could smile all day long, and it'd be all this sort of stuff, right? And then you look at the pain. The pain is where they're currently at. So where your customer's currently at and wants to get to where they want to be, right? So the pain is like, bad teeth or bad breath, or you're self-conscious of your smile or whatever it might be. And then the I is the idea, right? It's the implementation. It's what I can do to help you go from the pain where you are now to the expectation you want. So what's my solution or what's my idea? It's getting Invisalign or getting dentistry work or whatever it might be. And the call to action is come and check out my website, or follow me for more, or hey, join and get this free newsletter, or whatever it might be. If you have all of those elements in your content, you will make sure you will get people converting every single time. I promise you that. So guys, if you, for those of you that are on and watching this, great, thank you. Hello, welcome to this live and clicking. I am doing a webinar tomorrow on all of this and more. Okay, I did one last week and it was really successful, really fun. Had lots of people there, and I'm doing another one tomorrow night at 5 o'clock UK time. Okay, it's totally free. If you want the details, you can find it either in the link in my bio on Instagram, right, which I will pop up my handle for you just here. So this is Jack W. Revel. So that's my handle at Jack W. Revel. Find me on Instagram and check the link in the bio. So that's one way. Second way, if you're in my Facebook group, then you can obviously check out, it's in the announcements at the very top. You can go there as well. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then come and find me on those other platforms. But it's going to be great. It's going to be an hour. It's going to be an opportunity for you to basically have some time with me personally in a live situation. I'm going to be teaching you so much stuff about why video marketing is so powerful. I'm also going to be sharing with you some techniques and tricks that you can use straight away in your business, and also look at why you should be using video marketing in your business right away. So I'm going to be taking people on over the next kind of day. But if you're interested, let me know. Pop yourself in the chat, and you can tell me, and I can always send you a DM. Either way, it's going to be great. I am launching a new course on the 13th of July, so next week, which I'm going to be also offering you a space in that if it's a right fit for you. So please come along to that, and you can find out a little bit more about what that looks like too. Super excited to see some of you there. And look, if this has been useful today, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know how this has been for you guys. And I am really excited to meet some of you tomorrow. But look, this has been Jack Revel for Live and Clicking, and I will see you guys next week, if not sooner, maybe tomorrow. Peace out.